All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Market Trading. I'm your host, Tone Vays. Won't be much market trading over the weekend, but thank you for joining me. I usually skip Sundays. I usually do these on Saturday. I don't know. I've just been so busy on Saturdays lately, and so we've been doing Twitter Spaces from the Financial Summit in Twitter profile on Sundays, and I want to announce these spaces. So I try to bring you a little bit of a stream. This will definitely be no more than 30 minutes. We're going to take a look at the charts over the weekends. Man, time is just flying. As you can see, I finally got a nice shave. Oh, man, this tea is hot. And yeah, we're going to go to the charts. Before we go to the charts, I got to do a shout out. Shout out to David Anderson, who a few weeks ago sent me a $300 donation in order for me to buy my favorite tequila. So I am still on a hunt for the new Tone Vays favorite tequila, and there was a tequila I really wanted to try. And I finally was able to find it, and I bought it. And you can see, I bought it yesterday, and you can see it almost did not make it out alive. I was going to a birthday yesterday. I brought other presents, like really nice wine, but we stuck around long enough. Oh, I was doing a bunch of Instagram. We were watching the fight. It was a Filipino hangout, and I had to break this out of the car. I almost had to fight to get half of my bottle back. It's an incredible tequila. I'm gonna have a sip of it here on the stream, and yeah, I strongly recommend it if you can find it. It's called Tears of Lorena. It looks like this, and excellent tequila. Thank you, David. David Anderson. There it is. There's that's your donation. It's a $300 bottle, and thank you to David Anderson for sending the donation for me to buy this. We're gonna do a shot towards the end in our unconfiscatable shot class. Oh, right there. From the very first unconfiscatable class. Okay, let's go to the charts. Right. So speaking of spaces, right here, the Financial Summit will be hosting Twitter Spaces at 4 p.m. Eastern. Right now it is 2:30 p.m. Eastern. So in about an hour and a half, probably an hour after I end this stream, and I'll prepare because I'm one of the speakers. We're gonna have other speakers. I believe Joe Colasari is gonna join. We're trying to get Dr. Jeff to join, Mark Moss, Greg Foss, a bunch of other finance guys. Chris Dunn, Nikki Dunn, they come in as guests sometimes. So we're going to talk all things finance and trading in Twitter Spaces. You can come in and ask a question. Link to the tequila name. Sure, I'll pull that up. Oh, it's in my spreadsheet. Where's my that's the U.S. budget spreadsheet. U.S. budget spending and income going back to the World War II. It's another project I'm working on. Oh, I didn't mean to close that. Oh, but since I'm here, let's see what the Fed plans to do. Yep, 90% certainty by the market that the Fed will raise interest rates again. So this tequila is right there. It's currently listed as #1, and so far this has become my new favorite tequila, edging out the Herradura Selection Suprema, which could probably drop further because it probably has additives. And these others are gonna start jumping ahead of it. I'm trying to try them all. So it's in the extra añejo section, Tears of Lorena, and they only make one. Usually a tequila brand makes multiple types of tequila. They make an añejo, a reposado, a blanco, an extra añejo, a cristalino. Like if you look at Don Julio or Jose Cuervo, they make like 40 different tequilas. This guy makes one. This is it. It's the only one. It's the only one they make. You go to Tears of Lorena. You go to the brand. That's it. Just one. You go to a Don Julio brand. You know. You go to Don Julio. You pull up the brand, it's never ending, right? They have like 40 different kinds of tequila, but not Tears of Verona. It's just one. Like here you go. You go to Don Julio, you get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus 4 more, right? I really thought there were more than this. And not there. You just, that's it. That's the brand. They make one bottle and it's amazing. There it is. It's you can see by the price. It's certainly not cheap. If you can find it. This is not even the problem. Well, like finding it is the problem. They don't make a lot. Only a few come out every year. Okay, let's do charts. Yeah, Herradura is not that great, but the Selection Suprema is good. Here's the problem. Like if you look at the brands, I have it ranked by brand. I mean, you have to go real far down to find Herradura. It's a mid-shelf tequila, and it keeps going down and down and down. Maybe it's a top shelf tequila. I don't think it's a top shelf. There it is. It's a mid-shelf tequila. I have it ranked number 9 on the mid-shelf tequila ranking. In my ranking, out of 25, and it's mid-shelf. It's not even top shelf. So overall rank's going to be super low. Jose Cuervo is worse. Jose Cuervo is a tequila not meant for human consumption. Don't ever buy Jose Cuervo, but they make a really good extra añejo. It's right here. It's somewhere like down in Panama. I can buy it for $100 a bottle, which is cheap. It's like 200 plus at the airports. So, I don't know. Yeah, no. Avion is a terrible tequila, terrible. But they make a good extra añejo. So a lot of these brands, they're absolutely atrocious, but they make one good bottle. Like here, the Jose Cuervo Reserva de Familia. I can get it. I was getting it for under $100 in Panama. At the airport, it's over 200. I have it ranked as a $140 bottle. The price on this tequila varies. You can find it for under 100. You can also find it for 500. It depends where they're selling it. Has a lot of additives, but it tastes pretty good. It tastes a lot like whiskey, a lot. It's the only Jose Cuervo meant for human consumption. Everything else, any other Jose Cuervo, I don't know, use it to, I don't know, degrease your car or something. I have no idea, but just don't drink it. Anything else from Jose Cuervo is not meant for human consumption. What's the worst tequila? Probably Jose Cuervo. Right here. This is the worst tequila. Well, sorry, I'm in the extra añejo section. Let's go to all brands. Right here. These. Here. El Jimador. Here. These. Starting with that, I mean, 1800s pretty ratchet also. But here, starting with El Jimador, Familia Camarena, Jose Cuervo, Hornitos, and Sauza. If you see these at the bar, don't ever go to that bar again. They really just they just want to poison you. And the reason why they're the worst is right here. Chemicals. They use a chemical to extract the alcohol, and this is also the same reason why I don't drink Tres Generations, horrible tequila. 818 is actually made well, but unfortunately it has more sugar than tequila. That's why I don't drink 818. That's the Kendall Jenner's tequila. And another one that is completely horrible is actually Casa Dragones. The bottle goes for about $200. I will never drink it. I wouldn't drink it for free. It also uses a chemical extraction procedure. It's a grossly overpriced tequila. It goes for $300, and it uses chemicals to extract the tequila. Like I wouldn't drink it. Michael Jordan's tequila, I have it ranked actually worse than that. Like I wouldn't drink the Casa Dragones, the $300 bottle, because it extracts the tequila with chemicals. But at least it's not $1,500, which is Michael Jordan's tequila. Well, the equivalent is 350. So just the price is just more expensive. So it's oh man, terrible. Vodka sheet. There wouldn't be much of a vodka sheet. Oh, vodka tastes the same to me. Like I don't know. I don't drink vodka. But yeah. Anything that uses a diffuser and chemical extraction, I don't drink those. All right, let's go. Let's talk charts. Now down to 15 minutes. I'd rather talk about tequila. I'm tired of talking about charts. Talk about charts every day. All right, it's not a good week. Here's our weekly chart. We've just lost 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of gains, and we lost the MRI count. That is both good and bad. Now, the good news is by breaking the MRI count, you delay a potential top, and now the top could come later in time. That's the good news. The bad news is it's harder to actually time the market because last week I was very, very bullish, and was anticipating a move all the way as high as 34,000 before the pullback, and yet the pullback came a little bit early. Now, in the allocation chart, Georgian wine is great. I brought a bottle of Georgian wine yesterday to the birthday. I like it, but people find it a little sweet. I like it though. Here's our current candle, and if this candle doesn't reverse us quickly, I am gonna take profit off the table. It was so funny looking at people leave a comment in my YouTube stream making fun of me for making 10% profit. There's just something wrong. There's something mentally wrong with people that think a 10% profit in the stock market is somehow terrible. I just don't get it. It's like, I'm sure when they were watching baseball and Ted Williams was playing and getting on baseball 400, they're like, "Well, he's not Babe Ruth. He's not hitting 60 home runs. This guy's a scrub. He's a joke. Why even pay him the money?" Some people are just, I don't get it. I just don't get it. Phil, thank you so much for your generous donation. So we are having a moving average crossover, and if this candle just started, so I'm gonna stay patient. I'm gonna give it a little bit of time, but if this candle starts to drop quickly, if Monday is looking like a disastrous stock market day, or enough time is going by where I feel that this candle is gonna close at 27,000 or lower, I am gonna lower my 100% bullish allocation because the moving averages are crossing over. We had a good run. We were in this position for almost, a month, and it was a good trade, a very good trade. Should have been entered way earlier, but unfortunately, it was the weekend, just like it's a weekend today. Well, I would not touch Hornitos Blanco. Well, like I'd rather drink water. Like I wouldn't touch it. Daily chart. Daily chart still looks pretty good. The daily chart is holding the 50 period moving average. I would like for us to keep holding the 50 period moving average, but if we do break it, we will have the 128-day moving average. And it's great that the last time we bounced off the 128-day moving average, it was equal to the 200-day moving average. But you can see how much they've separated since then. And the more they separate, the cleaner it is. I can try to glance at the Tesla chart. Here's the short-term chart. As stated in the last video, I expected the price to break down. below these prior lows, exactly the way it did it before. I also said this is not as clean of a trade as the last one was, but hey, this is a 4-hour candle, and the entire crash came in a 4-hour candle, and we recovered on an MRI buy. And so far we're holding it, but look what's happening again. We are making this pattern again. And I will continue to be bearish until this pattern doesn't happen anymore, right? So you've already made 2 good trades off this pattern. Let me move this line back a bit so it's consistent. There was already 2 indications of this. This was the big one, the first one that was around April 19th to 20th. And then we fell again once we broke the prior swing low. And if we start breaking the prior swing low again at 27,100 or 27,250, I'm going to expect one more downside. Now, where would the bottom come? Well, I may have to lower this line here a bit. 26. I don't see much support at 26, unfortunately. As I was saying in the last video, 27,000 is an area of support thanks to the 50-period moving average. We came very close to it. We didn't hit it. But if we come back to 27 again, I don't believe it's going to hold us. And we are going to go down. Yeah, I strongly advise people not to have money sitting on any exchanges. Okay, what else can we say? Before I go on to traditional markets and looking at some charts, check out the Financial Summit website, and we will be hosting Twitter Spaces under the Financial Summit brand in 1 hour. Come and join us. We're going to have a great discussion about macro and finance. Unconfiscatable is a Bitcoin event taking place in Las Vegas in December. That was a 4-hour chart. We can look at the 1-hour chart, see if it's any different. Yeah, see, I don't like this consolidation. This is a very clean trade here. On a 1-hour chart, we can adjust this line a bit. And yeah, there was a 1-hour buying opportunity and a 4-hour buying opportunity. But this double bottom already would have made me question the strength of the bounce off the $27,000 area. And when we couldn't break the prior breakdown levels of 28,000, once we couldn't break 28,000, it was very, very challenging. And now this looks like a very bearish chart with a high probability of one more leg down. So get ready. I'm going to try to have David Bailey come on the show and talk about GBTC. We had a very good discussion, but it's hard to get a hold of him. Oil. Oh, we're going to save the oil discussion for last. Though I only have 8 minutes to go. Gold. Gold still pulling back a bit. Obviously, it's not trading right now. I can see gold going as low as 19.5 and then 19.5, 1,950, and then probably new all-time highs. S&P 500, this is the weekly chart. I am bullish, but let's see how this week goes. It's sitting right at resistance, and I think it will break it. I think earnings will, I think it will be okay. And the expectation is that the Fed will raise 25 basis points with 90% certainty. So that's a bullish sign that the market is still holding nicely. Correlation, not much here. Was me looking at the Dow Jones. We'll look at Tesla. Oh, shit. What did I just press? I'll put the microphone right here. Okay. CSLA. Weekly chart on Tesla looks bad. Looks very bad. What was the exact question? Thought it was going to go to $65. I mean, that's my support area. You can see it right there. Actually, it should be lower. Let me see. Yeah, 65. Can it get to 65? Yeah, it can. I mean, I don't want it to, because if Tesla goes to 65, that means the market's in trouble and it's going to go new lows. I just don't like this chart. The chart looks ugly. Very ugly. Chart just looks ugly. This looks very ugly. I wouldn't buy Tesla right now. I'd buy a Tesla. I wouldn't buy Tesla stock right now. I mean, when they drop the price of their cars, I mean, it definitely hurts your stock price. Let's talk about oil. I got 5 minutes. Very important. So oil, I didn't think oil was going to close the gap. This moving average is so annoying. Where is that? They added some ridiculous moving average. I don't know how to. I had a way of getting rid of it. Why would there be Bollinger Bands on an RSI? Here. So I thought this would be a breakaway gap, but it looks like this gap might close because the United States continues to deplete the strategic oil reserve. Since the OPEC cut, the Biden administration, and this is at president's discretion, has siphoned off 4 million barrels. 4 million barrels out of 371 million barrels. It doesn't sound like a lot, but here's what the chart looks like. Here's what they're doing. Actually, it's worse than that. I need the weekly chart. Looks like this. And it's starting to go down again. And there wasn't and I still have this old article. US to sell 26 more barrels from the strategic oil reserve, which they didn't actually do, but now they're doing it. They sold off 4 more, and clearly they have 22 million to go. And then there's this article, which is insane. Look at the headline. This is from a few days ago, April 12th. About a week ago now, actually. What's today's date? 10 days ago. US plans to refill the Strategic Petroleum Reserve if advantageous to the taxpayers this year, says the Energy Secretary. I would love to Google the Energy Secretary. I want to see if her diploma was in gender studies in order for her to do. This is why I'm bearish on America. US Secretary of Energy. I just want to see. I want to see what her background is. I want to see if she has a graduate degree in gender studies in order to get a job as the energy secretary. I can't believe I actually have to check these things these days, but this is what it's come down to. Where's her LinkedIn? Let me see. Energy.gov. Let's see. What's her history? Of course, she has the Biden's goal of net zero carbon emissions by 2050. That makes sense. Why else would she be hired, other than to destroy the economy with a net zero carbon plan? I hope she walks everywhere. I mean, her her personal carbon footprint's not zero unless she's walking everywhere. Bare feet, by the way, right? Because if she bought a pair of shoes, then she used petroleum in many different forms, right? From the rubber in the soles to getting the shoes delivered to her house. So she better be walking around barefoot in order for her to have a personal net zero carbon footprint. So I don't even know why she's wearing clothes, because the clothes that she's wearing use petroleum to make them. So the picture, she shouldn't be wearing any clothes, and she should be walking around barefoot. Anyone that plans to have a net zero carbon emission, ask them why are they wearing clothes? Because it was not net zero to create those. Like, this is what frustrates me about the stupidity of the US government. Anyway, look it up. Look up what her degree was in. I'm actually super curious. After 2 terms as governor, joined the faculty of the University of California, Berkeley. Of course, she's from California. Professor at the Goldman School of Public Policy. No. We gotta look her up. No, we gotta look her up. LinkedIn. I just want to see what her degree is. This is gonna be great. Remember that time I was looking up hedge fund money managers and their degrees were like in Chinese classical dance? Harvard Law School. Okay. What does she know about energy? Let's see. Education. Go to education. BA in political science and government. And then she went to law school. So she actually has zero knowledge of energy. She doesn't have a degree in geology. She doesn't have a degree in any relevant field, actually. This is great. This is perfect. She went to the University of California, which is the most liberal school you can find, where she studied politics. Perfect. That's exactly what you want from your Secretary of Energy. U.S. Secretary of Energy has zero educational background in energy. You can expect nothing less. I did not know this. I had no idea. I'm not surprised. I assumed she would have zero experience in energy, and she was a governor of the state of Michigan. She was an attorney general. This is her experience. She was an advisor to the clean energy program with zero experience in energy. Senior research fellow, doesn't say in what field. Distinguished professor, law professor, and now she's the head of your Department of Energy. So, I mean, what else can you expect? What else can you expect from the Biden administration? They put someone in charge of energy policy with zero experience in energy. What do you call 400 lawyers at the bottom of the sea? I don't know. Good start. I don't know. Oh yeah, good start. Someone else said that. Someone else said the same thing I just said. All right, there it is. So this genius here is saying that only if it's advantageous for the taxpayer will they refill the strategic oil reserve. Has nothing to do with American, security. Has nothing to do with domestic security. Has nothing to do with the survival of the United States as a nation. The only thing that matters is whether it's advantageous to the taxpayers, which means that if the price of oil is cheap, and it's not going to raise the price of oil, they will buy more oil, which means they're never going to buy oil. Now, you have to realize that for China and Russia, it is now in their strategic, military, national interest to make sure the United States does not refill the strategic oil reserve. It is in the interest of OPEC, China, Russia, to make sure the price of oil stays super high and the US continues to deplete its strategic oil reserve. That's literally in Russia and China's best interest, and the US is helping. All right, guys, that's pretty much it for me. I don't have much else to add. Please join us in spaces when we're going to discuss more stuff on economics and trade. Oh, wait, the tequila. Hold on. Yeah, definitely check out Financial Summit and join us in spaces. I'm going to retweet this one more time. Starts in 1 hour. Where's the screenshot? Boom. Here we go. This right here. David, I don't know if you're watching. I'm going to try to tag you right now. But David Anderson, you're not watching. I'm gonna wait for you to watch again. I gotta somehow get a hold of this thing. Is super hard to open. Like, they make sure it's hard to open. There's Tears of Lorona. In the beginning of the episode, I show this to you. All right, Sunday afternoon. I think I poured too much. I want to save this thing. Incredible tequila. Good luck finding it if you can. David, thanks for buying this. So smooth. Absolutely awesome.